Ham Radio News and Updates, October 13th, 2023. Got that coming up next. Bill from Ham Radio Basics here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night I hosted Ham Radio Basics live from Studio B, and during that show we checked in on all the latest news and updates in the ham radio community, including new videos from several YouTube ham radio content creators, an update on the ICOM IC7100, my latest video, Hamcation 2024, and a whole lot more. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety. First thing that I wanted to share with you guys, which is really, really was, I was curious myself, but it's like, as everybody said, is it too early to talk about Hamcation? I'm like, really, is it too early? No, it's not too early. And I just want to let you know their website is up and running. And I got to say this, kudos to Hamcation. They revamped their website. It is very user-friendly. I can't say enough about that right away. Also, you can actually go ahead and purchase tickets right now if you want to go ahead and do that. It tells you how to purchase them online or by mail if you want to choose to do that. They are $20 a piece. And also, if you're a YouTube content creator, you can apply to get a media pass to get in at no charge. And there's information on how to do that there. Now, they do have, everything is up here. Now, the dates are February 9th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., February 10th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and February 11th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Of course, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, we've already made reservations. Now, what's really nice here, and let me see if I can bring that up. Now, it does list a number of places for accommodations on here and things to do in Orlando. You definitely want to check these out. We went ahead and made reservations already. And from what my understanding is, the Drury Inns and Suites are a great place to stay, and it's not too terribly far away, probably about 5 miles or so from Hamcation, but that's where we're going to be hanging our hat for the evening. We're going to get there on Thursday. Want to pick up media credentials, hopefully meet some of the other YouTube content creators, and get out to dinner and enjoy some fellowship with that. But those are accommodations. It shows where the event location is in Orlando. It's at Central Florida Fairgrounds and Expo, West Colonial Drive in Orlando, Florida. It's kind of, I'm gonna say, I want to call it, yeah, it really is Northern Orlando. It's not in the Central Business District, just to let you guys know if you've never been there before. And the fairgrounds, and it's not what you would call the most user-friendly area. Too far to drive and too high to fly. Okay, Brian. Wow. Yeah, that's yeah, it's in an area it's not, it's kind of run down as far as the area is concerned. So the hotels that they recommend are usually probably about 5 or so miles away, with a lot of amenities by them. Amenities meaning other places to go out and eat. But yeah, it's all set up and running here. It lists ticket info. Talk-in will be in at list 146.760 on the KB4 UT repeater, and backup talk line, and lists that as well. And there's just a whole lot of information you can get off their website. Again, it's www.hamcation.com. I am thrilled. I'm excited. We went ahead. I've already applied for media credentials. I'm also going to purchase tickets because when you purchase tickets, you're eligible for the raffle too. So that's something you definitely want to do. I'm going to go ahead, drop the link in the description for you guys so you can have that there. Okay, there you go. Yeah, and Brian, what a lot of the content creators, just to let you know, will be doing live streams from Hamcation. I'm planning on doing a couple from my phone, obviously, on there. It's not so great inside the buildings. It's much better outside the buildings. So maybe at the swap areas and tables is probably where I'm going to be doing that, and walking outside with some of the food vendors, and to give you some of my reactions. Of course, I'm going to be shooting a lot of video there during that day. So stay tuned for that. But again, Hamcation 2024, February 9th to 11th, 2024 is the Central Florida Fairgrounds and Expo Park. And like I said, we've already got hotel reservations. I've already applied for our media credentials, and we're going to have a blast there. I am so looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys out there. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't say that enough. I appreciate all you guys, and it should be an absolute blast. The other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight, well, a couple other things here. Let's go ahead. Yeah. Now I just came out, and this video had been in the works for a long time. And when I mean a long time, I had gotten my rig runner months ago, and I'd meant to do a video on this, but of course, the problems I had with my broken left hand really wasn't able to get up and do videos. I just put this video out the other day. I do a quick unboxing of the rig runner, and I also do like a basic setup with an IC 705. So definitely check out that video if you have some time. Rig runners are a fantastic power distribution source. They do have fuses in there, and it makes it so easy, especially if you don't have a cable that has a fuse on it. Power pole cable that doesn't have a fuse on it. Definitely, this is something that you want to check out. And while we're at it, one of the other things that I wanted to do was to go on to West Mountain Radio, because I know I've heard some people ask, what all do they have? And let me tell you this: they are an excellent source for just about any ham radio enthusiast. Okay, under products, they have rig blasters, rig runners, DC power, battery analyzers, audio, more for hams. There's power pole cables, and they do custom power cables, and they also do custom battery boxes as well too. And you can call and get a quote. Now, I've gotten several customized cables for my IC 7300, and also for the FT 891, and they do a great job. It does take some time. They were out for a while. It did take about a couple of weeks. The only reason was that they didn't have the parts in stock, but they are a great company. Now, I do know that DX Engineering sells a lot of their products there, but if you want to find it in stock, more often than not, I would suggest going out to West Mountain Radio. I can't say enough about them. They do a great job. I'm very pleased with their products. The rig runner is absolutely fantastic, and it works absolutely flawlessly. And let me go ahead and drop that link in the chat as well. Again, West Mountain Radio. Can't say enough about them. They do a great job. Okay. Now, third update that I have tonight is, I had mentioned, you had probably seen the video that I put out regarding the ICOM IC 7100 coming back, and it is making a comeback. Originally, it was supposed to drop around the 1st of the month of October, but that's been delayed a little bit, and I'm going to pull up one of the sites. Now, the reason I use DX Engineering all the time, I buy from all three, DX Engineering, Gigaparts, and Ham Radio Outlet. They should have a tendency to show dates on when shipping will be, which means obviously that's when it'll be in stock. So I wanted to go ahead and share that with you tonight here. Okay, now it states the items on order, an estimated ship date is October 27, 2023. And this is what I'm hearing from a number of other sources. So, they will be getting them in towards the latter part of the month. And, it's definitely a radio that causes a lot of discussion, both good and bad. This has a tendency, to be an excellent radio, especially for your vehicle. Because that head is mobile, you can mount it elsewhere from the base unit. And I've heard some things about the microphone and some issues regarding that. So hopefully maybe they've kind of tweaked some things. We'll find out. We'll see. Be on the lookout, because I'm sure there'll be some other YouTube content creators will get a hold of one and be able to get a review on it. that's kind of what I'm waiting for before I pull the trigger on something like this. And also, too, it's probably going to go in a new vehicle. I see this as being a you can use it as a base station and it would work great, but a lot of people use it in their vehicle as well because not only is it HF, it's UHF, VHF. So again, the ICOM IC7100 will be in probably around the last week of October. October 27th is the estimated date that DX Engineering is posting up there. And again, it's HRO and Gigaparts will be having them in probably about the same time as well. That's what I'm hearing. So just to kind of let you guys know that. Okay. Andy Cowley, welcome, Andy. Yeah, it is a great radio for the car, Andy. I agree 100%. That is just absolutely perfect having HF, UHF, VHF. It's getting antennas set up is another thing. And that's a whole nother ball game. And I would have to go to an expert because I don't have a clue as to how to get that mounted, everything, antennas, everything. I would have to seek some help on that. That's for sure. Because I'm planning on getting a truck. Obviously, it's not supposed to be in until December, January. So that's a good time frame for me. So and that's exactly what I would want to use it for. So we'll see. I'm kind of waiting on that. But that's where that is right now. So okay, we're going to go over some news and updates, and you guys know what I do. I go out to my Twitter feed, and what I do is I repost a lot of great things that I see out there in the ham radio community, just to kind of let you guys know and give you a pulse on some things that are going on, anything that's news and noteworthy. And one of the things is, if you guys have something that you want to share with me, email me at hamradiobasics@gmail.com. hamradiobasics@gmail.com, and I will definitely make sure that we can get it on these segments on Wednesday. They've gotten to be real popular. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from this, so please tell others about this show, because I'm doing this, and I want to thank we have several people watching live tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I really do appreciate that, and spread the word about us, not only about the live show on Wednesdays at 7, but also, that I do have some videos out there. I got more coming. I got another one coming tomorrow, which will be a good one. And that one's been in the works for a long time, again, because of my hand. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming out, I think, tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure. I have them automatically set on this channel and also on my drone channel as well. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and go through some of these news items on here. And there's quite a bit. And when I say news items, a lot of what I find are, new videos that have come out on YouTube. And, I'll go ahead and repost those out on Ham Radio Basics just to let everybody know. And also wanted to share this too. And let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, if you notice right here, I have a blue check mark. Ham Radio Basics is now a verified channel. We got the blue check mark on X. Still call it Twitter. We have the blue check mark right now. So, that's something that I'm very happy and very thankful for. And that will really help in terms of getting visibility and getting some things out there. First thing I want to talk about is Walt's one of my favorite ham radio YouTubers, and very simple, straightforward, to the point. He did a great video on understanding 10-meter band propagation and why it's so right now. It's just through the roof. If you guys are on during the day, get on 10 meters, and you're going to be very pleasantly surprised with that. So, but again, this is a great video from Walt. It's called Understanding 10-Meter Band Propagation. He does, like I said, and he explains it so well and very, very simple. So, and of course, sometimes you'll see I'll put some nostalgic things on here, like Lafayette Radio Electronics here, and then someone has duplicated Michael Martin's system of the screen from Lowe's, and he has a new video out on that as well, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Now, this is a great option. If you guys are doing POTA outdoors, this is a larger version. They also have a smaller version of this table. It does a fantastic job for you to get your radio, your battery, tuner, and some other cables out there for when you're out doing POTO or you're outdoors doing an activation. It really comes in very handy. I think they run about $50 or $60, if I'm not mistaken, for the bigger one. The smaller one's probably about $35, $40. So yeah, I think that really helps when you're going out and helps keep things organized and within your reach here. So, and always, I like every time I see an interesting shack, I like to post a picture of it, and that is a very interesting shack, and it looks great. He's got a lot of displays up there. Got the world map and probably Geochron is probably what he's using there, but he has several laptops in his rigs in there, and it looks really, really nice. Josh did a fantastic video, and the video is called Your Next Amateur Radio. And Josh really took some time on this, and he really put this together very well. And he gives several suggestions throughout the video, but he really kind of nails it when he said, you enjoying the radio is the most important aspect of all this. If you find a radio and you really enjoy it, in spite of what some other people might say about it, then that's the right radio for you. For example, the FT891 is not a lot of people's cup of tea because of the menu system. Okay. But, conversely, a lot of people absolutely love that radio. And one of the things that I can say about like the FT891, when you get in there and get most of the settings done and taken care of and set up with that, it's really, you're really not going to tinker a lot with that. Okay. All you're going to be doing is finding, going out to the bands and doing some CQ and finding people to talk to. So, and doing some QSOs. So, again, and a lot of people, like a 7100, that may not be your cup of tea, but for others it is. And Josh carries us through with several examples in here. So this is a video I highly recommend. Josh did a great job on this. Okay, now this video is from a little ways back, but Steve T.O. did a great video on don't be afraid to take your radios with you on the plane. It's a really kind of answers a lot of basic questions, because I know on my drone channel I get a lot of questions. How do I take my drone on a plane, because I'm going to go flying in a trip? Do I need to do anything special with my batteries and so forth? This is a great video on that. It's a little dated, but it has excellent and pertinent information, because a lot of you travel by plane, and you want to take maybe, a small rig with you. This answers a lot of those questions. So definitely this is something you want to bookmark. Now, here's another one from Steven, and this one's a good one too. And this one's a little dated, but don't be sleeping on a good deal. How to shop for ham radios on eBay and not get taken. It's really shopping on eBay has become more of an art than anything else right now. And it takes a keen eye, and it takes a lot of discernment to find something out there that's going to work and going to work well for you. It's always, it's always out there. Yes, you can probably save money on something that's used, but with that inherently comes the risk that, it may not work. It may be defective. There may be something wrong with it. Heck, you can have something brand new and it might not work as well. I've had that happen before as well too. So these are some great tips from Steve. He offers just some great suggestions on this, and this is something that I definitely recommend. Now, here's a real blast from the past. You guys probably recognize this. This is a TRS Model 80 personal computer from Radio Shack. And there's the slots for the big floppy disks over there, and the gigantic keyboard that came with it. That's pretty incredible. That was a real find. I enjoyed seeing that. Brought a smile to my face. Now, here's a great video on how to remove USB noise from your ICOM IC705. Some very practical tips in there, something I would highly recommend if you have an IC705, and it really does make a difference as demonstrated in the video. Yes, Andy, that is a great point. Yeah, check the sales feedback, and you also want to check and see how long they've been on eBay. I've been on eBay since 2007, and I fought very hard, and I have 100% on my feedback. Yeah, Brian, yeah, I'm getting there myself. I'm ready on both ends. Giving up on them. I agree with you. Now here I did a poll, and I was just absolutely curious. The best tuner for an IC705. It looks like the AH705 won. We had 12 people vote on it, which isn't a lot. 25% said the MAT 705, 25% said an Telegraph T1, and 50% said the AH 705. So that's very interesting in terms of those results right there. But I do know the MAT 705 does work very well. Now, here is a great in-depth review on the Cha Leafs 8010 lightweight and fed sloper by K7SW. He does a great job on this, and he demonstrates the setup on it and how easy it is to use. And it is a great radio from Chameleon. Chameleon just, time and time again, one of the things that you will hear consistently from them is, how much they cost. And yeah, they do cost more, but you kind of get what you pay for. And I say the same thing on my drone channel about, quality products that DJI has. They do cost more, but you get what you pay for, and you get that quality. And that's something you get with Chameleon. And I am totally sold on Chameleon products. I have the MPass 2.0. That antenna system is absolutely fantastic. They do a great job on that. But this is a full video on setting this up and demonstrating how well it works. And this is something I would highly recommend that you watch. Now, was it last week? Yeah, it was last weekend. I guess it's Belton, Texas. They had a ham expo down there. And if you take a look, you probably recognize some people there. I think you probably know who that guy is. There's Jason right there. There's Vern Six, and there's Vern's wife right there. And I'm sorry, I don't recognize the other gentleman in this picture, but they're having a great time. And it really looked, and I know you know who that gentleman is. There's Steve right there. And Steve was down there as well too. So as you know, Steve's kind of permanently on the road right now. But these guys were having a good time as well. Jason has an incredibly goofy look on his face, but that's fun. I know Vern said Vern ended up picking up a ICOM 9700, and he's really good friends, I believe, with the owner of Main Trading Company, and they were there. Just a lot of fun. Everybody said they had a great time there. I am just absolutely thrilled on that. Oh, that's good to know, Jeff. Thank you. Battery powered LDG Z100 tuner looks well in the 705 as well. That's a good one. LDG makes some great tuners. I'm very pleased with their products. They do a great job. And yes, I'm going to have a review coming up on. See, all this stuff got backlogged. Yeah. After I broke my hand, I'm like, okay, I can't. My hands are tied, and being able to get some reviews out. But I got some, and that's one of the things that I'm gonna do is be able to do that. So, but yeah, Jeff, thanks for bringing that up. Okay, and if you guys have not watched my interview with Joe Brett when I had him on the show, you definitely want to check that out. Okay, I'm telling Joe Brett's one of my favorite ham radio YouTube content creators, and just one of my favorite people. Period. He's just very laid back, very down to earth. Does a great job on his channel, and we're going to talk about his channel in a minute. If you get a chance, please watch this video. And if you haven't subscribed to Joe Brett's channel, please do that. And also, of course, Ham Radio Basics as well. But again, it was a great interview. We had a great time together. He does such a great job with his channel. you definitely want to make sure that you're subscribed to it. The Retro Highway, they post wonderful pictures of food that come across on my line there, which is absolutely fantastic. This guy had a pretty great setup with his antennas right here, and he used his hitch to do that. I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. Great setup there. Now Walt does it again, and this time he is building a vertical half-wave antenna for 10 meters. And again, Walt he just has a real knack for this. He has a real gift and a real talent, and he keeps it very simple. And that's one of the things I really love about Walt. He's doesn't sugarcoat it, doesn't fluff it, doesn't put on a lot of extra. He gives it to you, shoots you square with it, and he does a great job on that. So that's definitely a video you want to check out. No, Walt is not sponsoring the show tonight. I just want to let you know that, okay? And here's another gentleman. It looks like he's using a chameleon right there. Yep, he sure is, out on the beach and using a G90. And again, there's my video on the West Mountain Radio Rig Runner. Get a chance, guys. Give it a thumbs up. Go out there and watch it. It's really well done. You will learn a lot. Very interesting this week. I found out ICOM has a swag store. Yeah, they have a swag store, which is absolutely fantastic. There's a backpack, baseball cap, travel blanket, tumblers. There's a couple of other things out there. So yeah, you want to do that. There's not a lot. It's not a great deal, but I believe this is run by ICOM America. You know what? Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and go out there, and then I will drop. Show me the swag, okay? We're going to go ahead and drop a link in here. Brian, thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate your time on here. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. All right. That was a very pleasant surprise. Gotten a lot of reactions on this one, and this is a very good explanation on the ionosphere. Part of the Earth's atmosphere is made up of layers. Ions are created by layers molecules reacting to the sun's energy. The density of the layers, which changes depending upon the time of day, determines whether radio signals pass through, are absorbed, or bounce off the Earth. And HF radio signals up to a certain frequency bounce back to Earth. At night, the ionosphere collapses into one region, okay? VHF, UHF radio waves travel out into space. And that's why, obviously, whenever you're contacting the space station, ISS, that's how they end up communicating. So, but yeah, it's a very interesting graph. I wanted to share that with you guys, and it's gotten a lot of good positive feedback. This is interesting. I found this actually. If you take a look here, this is the push to talk button on a Yaesu FT5D, and you can tell there's a crack right there, and it's right where the push to talk button is. This is apparently a known problem out there to Yaesu, so I'm keeping tabs on it, and if anything else develops on this, I want to let you guys know. But I found it very interesting. I don't have anything on mine. I mean, there's no issues with mine. But if you have one, if you've had it for any period of time, just be aware of this. A lot of people are using a different setup. They're using actually plugging in a microphone, the microphone accessory to the FT5, so they don't have to use that switch. Apparently, pushing that switch is causing this crack. Is my understanding. So this is something I'll pay attention to. And there's anything more for that, I will definitely let you know. Now, this was a good video that I came across. It's called Ham Radio Could Save Your Life. It really talks about how it really is in a true emergency. You know, a lot of times cell phone towers could go down and other forms of communication could go down, landlines could go down, and where would you be? And this is a really good instance here on this and the need for it. And this is something that originally got me to get into ham radio is this. So all right, let's go ahead and now here's a great video on JPC12 antenna. You know, I purchased mine off of, I guess Banggood, not Banggood, AliExpress, and it's a very small, compact setup. And I actually have not tried it out yet. And I believe this is Ham Radio Dude, if I'm not mistaken. Did a great review on this, so you definitely want to check that out. Ham Radio Dude's a great guy. You definitely want to check out his channel. But this is a real good video on this antenna. This is actually an ideal antenna for portable use. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. And a hearty congratulations to our friend Joe Brett. He's hit 2,500 subscribers on his channel. Like I said, he does a great job. Well earned, Joe Brett. Congratulations on this. That is absolutely fantastic. Keep up the great work. You know, you do a great job, and I'm real happy to be friends with you, and I'm real happy to have had you on the show. And like I said, please watch the show that I did with Joe Brett. Joe Brett, like I said, he's one of my favorite people out on YouTube for ham radio content creators. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. He does a fantastic job. Okay, and then there's a gentleman that talked about the ICOM 2730 as being the most affordable full duplex FM ham radio currently in production. If using this radio for FM satellites, please share your experience. What are the pros and cons? If not this radio, what other production radio would you like? And it's right around $300 on Gigaparts, DX Engineering, or ham radio outlets. So that was real interesting right there. Now our friend Kyle AAOZ just hit 5,000 subscribers. I don't appeal to masses, but I do enjoy making YouTube videos, things that I like to talk about. It's my creative outlet to help me spread the hobby. So again, congratulations to Kyle on hitting 5,000. That's a great achievement. Also want to let you guys know, you know, I know Ham Radio Outlet, and I'm pretty sure Gigaparts does it as well. They do Mars and Cap mods on the radios, and you can definitely inquire with them if you want to get that done. It's a nice service that they do offer. And we're supposed to get some weather here. Actually, the weather's kind of changed for the better here. You know, instead of the 90s now, it's kind of getting in lower 80s, which is nice. In the morning, it's kind of like in the upper 60s, which is real nice. So the temperatures are really kind of cooling off, which is great. It's kind of early though, because normally this really kind of doesn't happen until November at this time of year for us. So stay tuned, stay posted, all that kind of good information here. More great food pictures here. Okay. Yes, it is the Walt show. Yes, Walt. No, Walt's not sponsoring me. Okay. Walt explains this so simply and so basically. Understanding skip and HF radio waves. It's very matter of fact. I love his style. I just absolutely love his style. Please do check this video out. He did a great job on that. Absolutely great job. UTV and Ham, welcome. Glad to see you here tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Now, here's a great book, Handbook of Radio Communication. 15th edition is out now. It is a very good read from ARRL. It is something I highly recommend. Now, here's our good friend Michael Martins, okay, and the new Magic Carpet. I've been using this window screen as a ground network for 6 months now. Is there something better out there? My viewers say so. So meet the new Magic Carpet, Faraday cloth, okay? And Michael did a new video on this. So definitely you want to go check that out. Michael is he's the master of all trades, and he does it well. He does everything well. He and his wife have been out doing some POTA adventures lately, out in their camper, because the bad weather is about to hit up in Wisconsin. Of course, you know, being up north there, you know, snow's going to come. So he's getting a lot of POTA adventures in, and I followed him on several of his videos, and it looks like he and his wife are having a great time. But this looks like a fantastic video. I haven't seen it yet. I did see this right before airtime tonight, and I wanted to let you guys know about that because he's had so much success with the screen as far as the antenna is concerned. So this will be very interesting. I'm really excited to take a look at this. And and if you have a chance, take a look. I've done a series, probably at least 20 or so videos, of all what I consider the great ham YouTubers. I did one with Josh. I did one with Jason. Did one with Mike, Kate, MRD. Like I said, I had Joe Brett on. A whole host of people. I had Frank from Tank Radio on. Just, you guys want to watch some of those videos. It just did an absolutely fantastic job with these guys. It was a pleasure having them all on. I may do like a quorum someday, and we'll pick a topic and have several of them join me. Question of the day: what did you think of Ham Radio News and Updates, October 13th, 2023? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to make a QSO. 7 threes, everyone.